I've got something really interesting for you today. We are going to learn about spoofing. If you have been invested in the precious metal sector at all, anytime over the last 20, 25 years, number one, you've been affected by spoofing. But number two, you've heard over and over ad nauseum that the price of precious metals is manipulated. Now, we all believed that it was manipulated, but did we really understand how it was manipulated? And to do that, you need to understand this highly technical term, spoofing. And trust me, it's not that complicated. Actually, you'll probably be very surprised how interesting this is and how easy it was for these traders at JP Morgan to pull this off. This is all coming to light in the recent trial of the ex-JP Morgan gold desk traders in Chicago, and it is fascinating. But we need to understand what spoofing is. We need to educate ourselves. That's what I'm here to help you with right now. We're going to look at spoofing on three levels. Conceptually, number two, a real world example of how these JP Morgan traders did it. And finally, a great analogy which will really drive home this concept for you. First, conceptually, spoofing is the process of creating an illusion, artificial demand or artificial supply in a market, which then prompts otherwise natural market participants, people who really do want to legitimately buy or sell, to make decisions based upon this artificial information, either demand or supply. Okay, let's go into a real world example, how these JP Morgan guys did this in the gold market. Let's say the price of gold is at $1,800 per ounce, and the JP Morgan trader wants to sell some of his gold, but he wants to get $1,820 per ounce, okay? What he would do is put in huge, I mean massive, buy orders for gold at a price below the current market, at a price of like $1,790 per ounce, let's say, $1,795, $1,785. But he would flood the market with these fake, that's the key, artificial fake orders. They're real orders, but he doesn't really want them to get filled. What he wants to do is to create the illusion for the people who are wanting to buy at the market at 1,800 that there's a ton of other buyers coming into the market. He wants to spook the natural participant who really should be buying for $1,800 per ounce into paying more, because they're afraid that if they don't pay more, they're going to get stomped on and not get their order filled. JP Morgan used this approach both selling gold and buying gold. They did the same thing, just in the reverse, for years, decades, okay? And it's all coming out right now. Now, let me give you a great real world, kind of an analogy example that'll make this even more clear for you. Let's say you want to sell your house. And let's say you know your house is worth $400,000, okay? But you want to get a little more. You're a little greedy. You're a JP Morgan house seller. You want to get that $425,000. You put the word out in your neighborhood that you're thinking about selling your house. Your neighbors are all talking about it. They tell their friends, and all of a sudden you get a call from a guy in Chicago, says, "Hey, my brother-in-law lives in your neighborhood, and I heard you're thinking about selling your house." And you say, "Yeah, I'm thinking about selling my house." And the guy from Chicago says, "Well, I'm going to be in town on Sunday. Can I come by at 1 o'clock and take a look?" And you say, "Well, yeah, sure. I'm just kind of starting the process, but, yeah, sure. Come on by and take a look at 1 o'clock on Sunday." You then get on the phone. You call your 10 cousins who are in cahoots with you, and you tell them to come to your house at 1 o'clock on Sunday, act like they don't know you, but they had heard that you were showing your house and thinking of selling it, and you want them to act very, very interested in your house. So on Sunday, the guy from Chicago, the natural buyer, shows up at your house. And as soon as he gets there, all these other people start showing up who have heard the house is going to go on the market. And they're all saying, oh my gosh, this is the best house ever. I think I want to buy this. This is great. Wow, look at this. What do you think happens when that natural buyer gets in the car with his wife after looking at the house? He looks at his wife and says, I really like that place, but man, there's a lot of interested people. You know, if we really want this, we might as well go ahead and pay the $425, or maybe we'll even pay $450, because otherwise one of those other people are going to get it. You, the guy from Chicago, just got spoofed. And that's exactly what JP Morgan did when they were selling gold in my earlier example. But again, they did the same darn thing when they were buying gold on the other side. They would manipulate the market just in reverse, right? They wanted to buy gold cheaply, right? So they had a low order in to buy below the market, and then they would flood the market with sell orders at higher levels so that the sellers would think, oh my God, there's all these sellers coming into the market. We better just sell. We better just, whatever they're willing to buy it at, we'll sell it to JP Morgan. It's wrong. It's illegal. And people very well may be going to jail over this. And if they are convicted, and if they did indeed do this, which it really, really looks like they did, that might just be the right result. Hey, I hope you learned something from this video. I appreciate you being with me here in the basement. You're always welcome in Ron's Basement. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification, give the video a thumbs up, and you can share this anywhere you like. Until next time, yes, you, be well.